Let me just tell you, I have become a web reporter fan. The web reporter, even a year ago, I wasn't using it as much, but now I use it almost exclusively. And so I'm going to show you a few of the things that I use it for, and hopefully it'll help you with the web reporter. I really think that you'll find if you start using the web reporter, if you're not already using it, it's a good interface into your data. And for those of you that do use it, pay attention, because I might show you something that you haven't seen before. But what you're seeing here is one of our marketing demo databases, and what I have set up on my, and I do this for all of our service customers too, is I set up my personal dashboard. This is the opening screen called My Dashboard. It's totally customizable per user, and so I usually have the reports on there, the charts on there that I like to go to first, that I want to, when something turns yellow or red, I want it to catch my attention from this before I even have to click into anything. As soon as I log into the web reporter, I see the information I want to see. And then that was one thing I wanted to show you. Let me just click into a dashboard here to show you some other ways I use the web reporter. What I do when I first look, I do encourage you all to look at the web reporter daily, and that's because when you have that green that goes to yellow, you want to see that and act on it quickly before it becomes a red or a performance exception situation. Right now you can see that there's two dashboards side by side, and that is because the first thing I do when I'm looking at my reports is I compare it to a week earlier. So I always compare that Tuesday to Tuesday or Monday to Monday or whatever. And the way you do that is you can either click into this box on the right here or the selection tab at the top. They both go to the same place. And you just click on compare to, and you can compare it to anything you want. Maybe it's that month-end day, and maybe that's the first of the month or whatever. Maybe you want to compare those 2 days. But the value in turning compare on right away is that, for instance, if you're looking at a processor report, you can sometimes see, IntelliMagic Vision is designed to show you when it changes from green to yellow, but you can also see sometimes very minor workload differences that catch your attention. Maybe it's a service class that is using more CPU at some time during the day. By turning that week compare on, you can see those minor differences, and it's a real good analysis tool. And then if you like if you like a chart, you don't want to necessarily come back to it. Now the web reporter, as Dave was showing, you can click on collected, and it's going to put it in this collected pane over here on the right side, and then you can decide if you want to throw it away or keep it when you export reports. If it's a report you think you'll use over and over, I encourage you to add it to your favorites or your My Dashboard, and that will put it on your personal dashboard that we saw earlier. And one thing I really like about the compare feature is that if you have, maybe you made a change over the weekend and your manager comes to you and says, how did we do? What did that change do? Well, when you turn on compare feature, it's going to use a weighted average to actually show you the numbers. You could confidently say, well, in this change, we decreased our MIPS by 9.01%. I mean, to get that to that level of detail is a really nice thing to have right at your fingertips. So that's what I like about a few things I like about the web reporter. But a big part that I like about the web reporter is information sharing. And if you wanted to share, say you wanted to share just this report you're looking at, you can click on the URL at the top in your browser and just copy that and then paste it into an email or to an instant message or something like that. And then when somebody clicks on that URL, they are going to see the exact report that I'm looking at here, the exact time selection, date selection, everything. So that's one way to share information. And the other way to share information is this export button here in the top middle. If I click on export, I have a lot of different options. I can email directly from here. I can export a PDF, PowerPoint, CSV, or Splunk ready data, which is really cool. It allows you to do a lot of the upfront processing and analysis before you go to Splunk. So it's using IntelliMagic Vision to do that analysis for you. And then here's the collected reports. That's new. If I click on collected reports and then I have a couple of my collected pane, when you export it, it's just going to pull from that collected pane, similar to the client reporter. So once they put that collected pane in there, I've started using the web reporter exclusively. And it's just, I find it maybe a little bit faster, but certainly for me it's a lot easier, and it's something that I want to encourage you all to, for those of you that are using it to, use it even more. Maybe there's something I showed you that you could utilize, but for those that don't use it, about half of you don't use it, I encourage you to use it because it is very, very powerful and very easy to use.